Hello friends, family, and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to a best of 3 between Hero and Rogue, in which Hero is forgetting how to do the first 10 seconds of a game as he chrono boosts his workers here as the first course of action. And he builds a pylon on the high ground, which indicates that that chrono boost was not a mistake, but instead an indication that this is going to be a cannon rush. I did not know Hero could cannon rush. I knew Hero, like he physically is capable of it. I just didn't know that he did one of those things. It's like how I'm physically capable of, stealing candy from my neighborhood kids. I also do it, but I didn't know Hero was the type of person that would do it as well. That is what? Wow. I did not. I have never seen him do it. Zest used to cannon rush a little bit. He was one of the few Koreans, I think Classic used to sometimes do it. Like a very well-prepared cannon rush with the perfect cannon positioning. That's Classic for you. But Hero, he is usually a bit loosey-goosey. Seeing him cannon rush here is wild. Cannon rush requires discipline of building placement. Something that Hero has showcased again and again. He doesn't really possess majority of the time. He's going to go for a full wall cannon rush here, I think. Get a 5 drone pool. He's going to need to... What is this? Pylon? I don't even think you need to full wall this. This is fine. It's going to be 2, maximum 3. This gateway is somewhat vulnerable. You could probably drone pool the left side of this gateway. 6, 7 workers and cancel it. This cannon is also out of range on the top side, I think. Is that... There might be an angle here. This definitely has an angle. Hero's just going to be crawling forward with cannons here. He's getting his gas right now. Rogue's response so far has absolutely failed. He's denied nothing except his own mining time, which is not what you want to be denying. That is the one thing you actually want to increase majority of the time. We're getting 6 links, double spine. Oh, this is an triple spine. Triple spine, link, no queens. So he's going to go for a bust. The correct response here out of Hero would be just to continue building more cannons, zealots, and... at this point, could probably even add a cybernetics, or he's going to add it over here rather than at home. That is a wild play, but I'm all here for it, baby. Zealot's gonna start smacking this hatchery as well. That's a lot of damage onto this hatchery. These spines are getting closer to finishing up, but I don't think that this hatchery can be saved. And let's not forget, there is no queen here in the defense. That means that these spine crawlers can't just chill on a creep tumor. No, they need to start moving forward the moment they can. And here we go, 3 cannons in position, 3 spines now moving forward, double zealots helping out as well. Cannon in the back even getting some kills here too. And I do believe that Hero, with his 2 zealots and his triple cannons, is going to be taking game number 1 within 3 minutes. Now, I have a little fun fact as well about cannon rushes and Rogue. Well, this is a fun fact if your name isn't Rogue. So it's a fun fact for everyone else about Rogue. During DreamHack Dallas, Rogue played against Mana and got cannon rushed in 1 game. After the first game, he quickly went onto YouTube. After the first game he got cannon rushed, he quickly went onto YouTube and tried looking for a Serral VOD in which he beat a cannon rush. He then found a VOD of Serral playing some type of weird Nidus defense because Serral got surprised by a cannon rush. Serral ended up winning that game. Rogue then copied that defense against Mana in the next game and ended up losing because the Nidus defense is not that good of a defense majority of the time. Mana managed to end up winning that series, which I thought was hilarious, and I thought that little story was great as well. Even the highest level players sometimes don't actually have a response prepared for these builds. And once again, Rogue didn't really seem to have learned from his mistakes in DreamHack Dallas. This was a very mediocre response. A 5 worker pool into 4 spines. I think this might be viable if you manage to cancel the cannons a couple of times. So these 2 forward cannons that are being built, if you can cancel them once or twice, your hatchery is going to have more HP left over and your spines have a bit more time. You have more links to save up. Maybe you can be a little bit more careful in your spine movement as well. But yeah, like this wasn't it. Majority of the time when we see people defending cannon rushes, it's being done off of double gas with Roach Warren, Quick Queen, and then maybe a natural hatchery that gets cancelled and gets built somewhere else. So yeah, seeing Rogue kind of just fail all together there is freaking wild. You know how they used to have like like these tests with animals where they put like a red dot on their face, and then they they put them in the mirror, and then if they start scratching the red dot, they'd be like, okay, this animal isn't a complete moron. This animal is pretty freaking smart. Protoss players do a similar thing with Zergs, as they They build a pylon outside and then add a cannon there. And if the Zerg player pulls more than 3 workers, then you know that they have no response whatsoever against cannon rushes. That is usually the number, 3 workers. Because 3 workers is enough to cancel a building cannon, and you can block a little bit with that, maybe try to kill some probes, but majority of the time pulling more than 3 is just going to cost you a lot of money. Unless you have like a full-on pull where you pull all 16 and you try to clear like the pylon, the cannon, the gateway, basically everything and their mom, but that isn't what Rogue did. Like 5 is kind of a weird in-between number that doesn't do a whole lot for you, and that's not very popular. Rogue is mentally preparing for any potential cheeses here as well. He's just scouting around with his links, making sure he's not going to get proxy stargated. He's not going to get proxy stargated because the Stargate is in the main base of Hero. He's going to be pumping some big stuff out of here. Oracle gets rallied. I got rallied to the bottom right. Now it's going to go straight across the map, or at least that's what I think it's going to go. Where the hell are you going, brother? Oh, he's going... Oh, not straight across the map. There's a stop here. Oh, Hero, you sneaky, sneaky man. I like this a lot. I'm a huge fan of killing overlords. There's 2 reasons why this is really annoying for the Zerg. 1, it could potentially supply block, right? And 2, it's going to make the mid-game scout a little bit harder. As well as like things like adept movement, much easier to hide. So I'm really a huge fan of this. Nowadays, Zergs have gotten so good at dealing with the first Oracle as well that really the choice most of the time is between getting like 1 drone kill on the other side of the map or getting an Overlord kill over here. So it's like, well, let's look at that Overlord kill over here, can I? It's quite decent, and these links are now moving forward. Overlord so far isn't actually down. Hero still needs to kill that. That's actually pretty important. Rogue's gonna lose that OV, and is he gonna get supply blocked out of that? No, 54 out of 58. It's gonna be fine for a little bit longer. So the next OV is now on the way here as well. What is our follow-up going to be? We have fast extra gases, no Forge, no Twilight. Usually gas before Forge and before Twilight is kind of suspicious, indicating maybe something like an Archon drop or a Tempest build is something that we've seen in the past as well. Like, look at the cash in the bank here, right? You have 300 gas, 500 minerals in the bank. Now, this could be because Hero is cruising around with these guys. But what is this? What is this intermediate wall? Okay, now we get the Forge and the Twilight. He builds them in the wall? Okay. I mean, this is technically allowed. There's no zoning laws here that I'm aware of. There's no red tape, but this is... Usually you don't want to have your most important structures in the game in your wall as kind of like the bait for the other dude to attack into. It does feel like there's a lot of links on the way right now. We don't have a lair quite yet either. And a Baneling Nest is coming in. There's double gas. This is almost starting to feel like a little bit of a Ling-bane bust. This is a classic Ling-bane bust, which is probably going to hit before the melee upgrade finishes up. Both of these adepts are going to get absolutely blasted here by these Lings. This is such a weird wall. Is she just gonna full wall this? Like add 2 more gates over here and then finish this area up. This is such an interesting position. I don't understand why this can't be done with just pure gateways, but I guess Hero wants it done quickly rather than slowly. And if that's the case, you know, fair play to him. Okay, gonna get a big amount of Banelings on the right side. Okay, +1 melee is kind of going to match up with this. And this is all being scouted now. You see 500 links running across the map. I think every Protoss player here would scout the right side because this is such a clear sign. It's like, okay, I see a lot of links. You know there's going to be some Banes morphing over here. Majority of the time that's going to be the case. Hero, though, not quite seeing it yet. Has 2 more adepts or triple adepts coming in. It's going to kill a couple of these workers. 65 workers to 42 right now. Here come the Banelings. Gateway almost goes down as Hero is in a world of trouble. Has hardly any defenses. Only has these oracles to work with. Loses 14 workers, 20 workers at an instant. Stalkers, though, stay alive. Banelings in the main are not going to connect. And as 5 drones have been killed on the other side of the map, it actually feels like Rogue needs to deal significantly more damage than he has dealt so far. He's going to get the Cyber Core down, but we have a lot of Stalkers in the mix. Oracle still happily shooting. These Stalkers are going to get cleaned up at some point. We don't have a Cybernetics Core quite yet. There is one being rebuilt right now. 51 workers to 38. Zealots being warped in as we have a small round of drones. It seems like Rogue is going to give up on this angle, but the reality here is that Rogue just hasn't dealt enough damage quite yet. He needs to deal more damage, significantly more damage. 41 workers to 56. Those are not the numbers that we're looking for. And Rogue knows that. He's going to split off a couple of these Lings, gets a couple in the main base, but Zealots are there. Oracles will clear the Lings in the net. And here come the Banelings running in towards the third base. Ooh, these Zealots are all going to end up dying. Let's get a blink back out of the Stalkers. There's one Baneling still kind of waddling in forward. Now, if that can connect with any amount of pros, that would be great. A couple of split off Links over here, still dealing damage as well. Splitting off Links into the main base right now. This assimilator is taking a beating as well. We have 7, 8, 9 extra workers going down. Can we get 10? No, we can't get 10. 9 more workers fall. Rogue 65 drones to 57 probes. +1 melee. Hydra then on the way. We have double forge for Hero. I'm not sure if this is an accident or on purpose, but he is getting it. He is definitely getting it. Second forge here. Maybe he thought he was going to lose it to the Ling-bane bust. So he rebuilt it and I was like, you know what, I'm fine. Let me just get the double uppies. Templar Archive's not here quite yet. This is the next structure that I'm expecting due to the very high gas count that we have in the bank. We also have double Robo coming in right now. And we're continuing shield upgrades. Yeah, Hero for sure is playing a video game. Just not sure if he's playing the same video game as Rogue is doing, because this is some wild stuff. Double Robo, double Forge, Stalker opening into charge Templar Archives. No fort base quite yet. 9 minutes into the game. Sure, the game was eventful, but it feels like Hero definitely should be moving into that fort base territory at this point. 5th on the way for Rogue already, who is going to be going up to 7 gases and seems to be going to be landing here on Hydra Ling-bane as his composition. Without an infestation pit, to me that smells heavily. It stinks. It smells of an all-in almost. So Link's actually going to get some good connections. Will not be capable of clearing these Zealots. The problem is if you don't clear the Zealots, they're just going to regain a lot of their shields, and the fight was pretty useless. It's going to cost you a couple of Links. 76 workers to 69, 2 more workers on the way. 6th base now is going to get constructed. I don't entirely know what Rogue's plan is here. His plan honestly just seems to be Hydra Ling-bane. 77 to 80 workers. Go, go, go. Let's see how well he can kind of survive here. And I don't mean survive as in Hero's about to attack into him, but more as in how long will this composition remain viable. We have a Robo-bait coming in as a follow-up as well, which is, once again, weird. Hero is playing a very, very weird style of StarCraft 2 right now. One of the weirder styles that I've seen. He's just going for pure units, no spellcasters. He's just getting a strong army that can fight in a straight-up setup. He's going to add in some stasis wards as well. I'd love to see a Zealot run by some type of prism. Double Observer for vision as well, as these stasis wards are trying to get triggered right now. Rogue, some good control on those initial links. Banelings continue rolling in forward as well. It's Hydra Ling-bane. And Hydra Ling-bane, if there's no storms, apparently pretty freaking powerful. No matter what the upgrades are. Right now, Hero actually is up 3 upgrades. And when it comes to Hydras, he's actually up 4 upgrades, because these Hydras have no upgrades whatsoever. Banelings are going to be the name of the game here. Without Banes, you're not going to be winning any type of fight. With Banes, you actually have a decent chance of just kind of bursting through this. There's only 4 Archons as the anti-Bane tools. The rest is just Stalker, Zealot, Immortal, which is terrible. Still no Storm in the mix. Double Colossi now start, as we have an Infestation Pit coming in as well. Rogue here, it's going to go up to, I think this is 9 gases right now. Wanting to go into Hive as well. Here comes the attack. Just from a single angle, low Baneling count. Hydra's doing a decent job against that one Archon at least. Ling run by runs in. Can it get something done here? Don't forget, these cannons also benefit from the shield upgrades. So these Zerglings will be dealing a little bit less damage as a result, as long as the shields are up. Look at this macro out of Rogue. Quick set of injects in between these fights. As this is going to get cleaned up by a Zealot Warp in. And Rogue is not as high in supply as he probably would like. He's about 170. First Colossus now coming out. No thermal lens quite yet, but the sheer damage output against Lynx and Hydras is going to be so freaking huge. 2 more Colossus now coming in as 18 workers have fallen. I'm not entirely sure what happened here. I have a feeling the guys with the bombs on their back, the banelings, might have something to do with this. Felt like an explosive little party. These lings are going to get taken out. The hero actually wants to push a little bit further forward right now as a lurker then is on the way. 21 banks as well coming in. Big ling run by, but single Archon is going to shut that down at an instant. 5th base goes down. I mean, this 6th base also goes down if hero as much as sneezes in this direction. There's just not enough units there. This ling run by. And you're always fighting with such an upgrade deficit right now. +3, +2 against just +2 melee. Not even adrenal glands. This fight is not gonna end well, I don't think so for Rogue. He's gonna try to go in right now with these banelings. Oh, actually, this is gonna get pushed back. Reinforcements are a little bit slower than I initially thought, but here they come, and that should clean up this Hydra Link force. And Hero is just up so far in supply right now. He's up in upgrades. He's playing against someone that wanted to go into Hive, that wanted to go into Lurkers. But none of these upgrades are really there. We have +1 on the range. We have no seismic spines, no adaptive talents. Hey, good luck, Rogue. You're going to be even in bases against a player with better everything, pretty much. Full-on recall. I think this is the deal with the potential Ling run by. I feel like it might be giving Rogue some time to, you know, set up once more. Although now looking at these comps, I'm not very worried for Rogue, you know. I guess if Rogue gets 15, 16, 17 lurkers out, there's no thermal lens, there's no storm. Like, you could maybe see it. You could really maybe see it. I think one of the biggest issues really is the lack of upgrades for these lurkers. Like, how poor are these lurkers right now? Like, how bad are they? Big Baneling run by is going to come in. It's going to go for a counter attack with the Ling-bane while he tries to hold this ramp with the lurkers. Don't forget, we have no recall available because it got used earlier. Banelings are going to connect big time. This is a huge deal as these lurkers are actually being right-clicked on right now. Can this observer get taken out? No. Observers are still around, and Rogue is just barely going to get broken. This ended up being much closer than I thought it would be, but still in Hero's favor. And after a cannon rush and a nice A move, Hero is going to be taking this series 2-0.